Hello, Mr. Fry's Algebra 1B class. This is April 19th, and I'm taking a look at your notes. You were asked to do 4 through 9 for homework. I'm going to do 5, 7, and 9. I'm also going to show you number 4. I'm going to start there. So remember from class, and you could check the completed notes if you want the front of this page done in Mr. Fry's Google Classroom. There's completed notes, filled in notes that you could bring up, and you could actually see those notes and jot that stuff down. It's all already available there for you, so I don't want to be redundant and do that again. But I want to take you through the actual problems and walk you through a few. So remember that the form that we are concerned with here, we have, I should write it like this: ax squared plus bx equals c. That's where we get this a, b, c stuff. Plus, I'm sorry. So I should say y equals a times x squared plus bx plus c, right? So this is my a. I have a, b, and c here. So my a, just to delineate what a, b, and c is so we could plug it into formulas. My a is 4, my b is a positive 8, and my c is a negative 1. So the axis of symmetry formula is you take your b and make it negative and put it over 2 times whatever the a is. So my b was 8, so I have to make it negative because the formula says to do that. And then that's over 2 times the value of a. A is 4. So I have negative 8 over 8 because 2 times 4 is 8. Negative 8 divided by 8 equals negative 1. So x equals negative 1 is my axis of symmetry. Now that I know what x equals, I could plug it into the problem. Wherever you saw an x, over here I'm going to put in a negative 1. And I just work it out to figure out what my vertex is, what the y value would be on that axis of symmetry, negative 1. So what would the y be? It ends up being negative 5 because I just plug this into my calculator just the way I see it. 4, I hit parentheses, negative 1. Remember, when you're doing negative, don't use minus, use the negative here, okay? And that squared minus, and the square button is right here, okay? Plus 8 times negative 1 minus 1. And you'll get a negative 5 when you plug that all in. So your vertex is negative 1, negative 5. Now, I know it's going to be shaped like this, like a smiley face, because it's positive. My a value is positive. That leading coefficient is a positive number. So positive, think of smile. And if it's negative, like the next one, I already know it's going to be frown down. Okay, it's going to be opening down. It's going to be a frown. Let's take a look at number 5. I delineate my a, b, and c. A is a negative 1 because it's just negative x value there, so negative 1. A b is a negative 4, and c is a negative 2. My axis of symmetry is a negative b over 2a. So a negative 4, I'm sorry, yeah, negative 4, yeah, I got it. It would be a positive 4 over 2, and the a value is a negative 1. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. So my axis of symmetry is where x equals negative 2. So that's my line, x equals negative 2. All right, so for the vertex, I'm going to plug in my negative 2 wherever I see an x. I put it in parentheses, and I'm going to show you this one on the calculator just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I have negative, and then in parentheses, I have a negative 2. Okay, because remember the x value is negative 2. The x value is negative 2, but this equation is a negative x value. Okay, so and then I hit the squared button, and I hit minus 4, And then in parentheses where the other x was, I put -2. Back parentheses, -2. Hit equals, and I get 2. So that's the y value when x is -2. Y is going to be 2. I know it's going to be a frown because it is negative here. That is why it is a frown. It's negative here. And so I put this is going to be the highest point then, the maximum, and the frown open down. And I just put that dotted line to show that it's symmetrical. So this point over here is going to be as far away from this line as this point over here. That's on the same, that would be the same y value. Okay. All right. Try number 6 on your own. Take a look at number 7. I have my A, B, and my C. Notice that there is no C. So when you don't have a B or a C, you know, you're going to put a 0 there. I said B or C because down here you don't have a B. But I don't have a C value. So I go ahead and plug this in. I do have B's and A's. So my B was a 4, so it becomes -4 because the formula is -B, over to -1 because my A is -1. So I have -4 over -2 because 2 times -1 is a -2. -4 divided by a -2 equals 2. So my x value is 2. So the vertex, I plug in a 2 for the x values. Wherever I saw x, I just put parentheses and put a 2 in there. I just plug this into my calculator and I will get 4. The x value would be 4. It is going to be opening down. It's going to be like a frown because my leading coefficient is negative. And the vertex is, so that's going to be the highest point where it changes direction. That's going to be 2, 4. That's what vertex means, where it changes direction. And there's my dotted line showing the axis of symmetry. Not the best drawing, but this isn't an art project, so no worries. Okay, so for number 9, try 8 on your own. Number 9, my A is -2, my B is 0, my C is 8. So I have -B over 2A. So a -0 is just 0. 0 over 2 times -2, 0 divided by -4, because 2 times -2 is -4, equals 0. So 0 divided by anything is just 0. So my axis of symmetry is 0. That means it's going to be right over the origin where x and y cross. Okay? Now I'm going to plug in 0 wherever I see x, and I just see it right there. So -2 times 0 squared is just going to be 0, so you're just going to be left with 8. So my vertex is 0, 8. It opens down. It's going to be like a frown because this is negative. Okay. Just to set you up for 6, A is going to equal -3. B is going to equal -24. And C is going to equal -42. Okay. So go ahead and do that whole -B over 2A. So it's going to be -B, so it's going to be 24. -24, a -24, it's going to be just 24 over 2 times A, 2 times -3. Okay, so you're going to have 24 over -6. So whatever 24 divided by -6 is, you'll get a whole number there. That's going to be your axis of symmetry. Let me get you started with number 8. We have an A, we have a B, and we have a C. A is going to be a 1 because there's just one x there. B, I don't have a B. There's nothing with just a plain old x without a square root, or squared, I'm sorry. And then C is going to be -3. So when you start working on this, this is going to be, remember it's -B over 2A. So it's going to be, B is -0 over 2 times 1. Remember, it's going to be 0 over 2. Anything 0 divided, take 0 divided by anything, is going to be 0. So your axis of symmetry is going to be 0. Plug that back into x, you're going to end up with -3. So you're going to end up with 0, -3. You got to determine, remember, it's going to open up like a smile because that's positive. Okay, hopefully that helps a little bit more with your notes.